In this video, we are going to learn how to display an array. Now, we have already learned how to display arrays using loops. We have made use of for each loops, and even we know how to display arrays using for loops and while loops. But in this video, we will be specifically learning about an inbuilt function which is used to display an information stored in a variable. But in this video, we are specifically going to learn an inbuilt function which is used to display information stored in a variable. The printer function is a built-in function in PHP and is used to print or display information stored in a variable. Okay, so it will just print out all the contents which is inside that variable. So the syntax says we have to use this function print underscore r, and it takes two parameters. The first is the mandatory parameter, okay, and the second one is optional. The first is the variable name. We have to pass the variable name. Whatever we want to print, we will pass that variable name. And this is of the boolean type. This variable is of the boolean type, so it can have only two values, either true or false. By default its value is false, but if we keep the value as true, then this function will not print anything. Instead it will return us the output. So we have to store that output in some variable and then print that variable in the next step. Okay, so we will be seeing both these examples practically to clear our understanding. Okay, here I have given an example. Okay, so in this my array is residing dollar languages, in which I have stored the names of various programming languages, and then I'm simply printing out this variable, this array. So let's see what happens. Now, here one thing to note is, even if our array is an indexed array, still if we make use of printer function, our array will be printed in key value format. Okay. So whenever we use print underscore r function, our array will be printed in key value form. Okay. So let's see this. We will go to our IDE and PHP tags and PHP dollar languages. Let's create an array and we will store some names of programming languages: Java, then we have a Python. Okay, for now let's keep it simple. We will store only three values for now. Okay, and now I will just simply print this array. Now I am only using one parameter, I am not passing the second one. Now let's see the output. We'll go to localhost slash name of the folder, programming, and then file name, first.php. Okay, so as you can see, our array has been printed. Okay, so here one thing to note is, our array has been printed in the key value form. Even though our array is an indexed array, still it has been printed in key value form. So whenever we use print underscore r function, our array will be printed in key value format. Okay, so now if I pass one more variable, let's say one more value as true, let's say, so I won't be able to see any output. Instead, this function is going to return us the output. So we have to store that in some variable. Let's make a variable called $value, inside which our this function is going to return us the output. I'll just save it and run this, so I won't be able to see anything onto the screen because this function isn't printing anything now. It has returned as the output and we have stored that inside this variable. So now we have to print this variable. So I will simply say echo $value. Now let's print this. Okay, so as you can see, again our array has been printed. So if I use this value as true, then it will return us the output. We have to store it inside a variable and then we have to echo out this. Okay, so this was about print underscore r. It is very easy, used to display the contents in an array, and it will always display arrays in the form of key value format. Okay, so this was all about displaying an array using print underscore r function. Thank you.